Jasper is a rescue. I found him at the Lacey Animal Shelter just over a year ago. I had said goodbye to my old cohort, Samson, who I worked with for about 11 years, and we needed someone to fill his shoes. He was a handful, and now giving him a job to do, he gets to explore a lot and gets a lot of exercise, and he spends all of his time with me. Jasper is a highly trained detection dog, and that means that we've trained him to find different targets that help us answer environmental questions. So some of the targets include animals. So he's trained to find the scat of various wildlife species that are threatened or endangered. He's also trained to find environmental toxins like polychlorinated biphenyls, otherwise known as PCBs. And he's also trained to find the invasive species of plants such as garlic mustard.
Garlic mustard can be a problem for many reasons. One of the biggest reasons is it displaces our native species. It actually can exude a chemical out of its roots that allows it to grow, but not other plants to grow. It's very important for there to be lots of different vegetation. You want some low-growing vegetation along the ground. Little chipmunks, the rabbits, they need the plants on the ground for their food. And then you have the middle vegetation that's often inhabited by the deer, and they eat those vegetation. And then you've got the birds that rely on the trees. So each level in your forest is important for different species, and one species is not always the best for each species to eat. Garlic mustard has actually 2 phases, and that happens over 2 years. So the first year it starts as a rosette, and it has like a frilly edge, and it's just a few leaves that come out of a single base. And then the next year they sprout a stem that will grow taller and has more triangular shaped leaves. And on that, it can produce flowers, and many flowers. And the flowers are little white crosses in shape.
You know, we're not the only organization to use dogs in conservation work, but we are able to train dogs to find anything from PCB contaminants to southern resident killer whale scat to to invasive plant species.
We've eliminated the huge patches, and there's just like these small little pockets where the garlic mustard is still coming up. But the dog is able to help us find those areas that we can then focus on. And this will be our first time as a district using them for garlic mustard survey, but they've been used for garlic mustard surveys and many other surveys throughout the state and other areas. It's just so awesome that you can put together a partnership like this where we can bring an organization from University of Washington down to help us here in Washington County and the Tualatin River Watershed address some of these invasive species that we've gotten them to a point where it's almost eradicated, but the dogs can help us just get it that one step further.